Welcome back to I Bet You Think This Podcast is About You. If you think it's about you, it's not, but you think it is probably because you're a narcissist or maybe a sociopath. Welcome to episode 11, and this one is really fun. Em and I have invited onto the podcast a multitude of people, and it is our first episode with a live studio audience. So welcome to episode 11, The Confessional. And hope you like some of these fun interviews. So we're here just for a little quick sec where you can give us your 5-second, minute, whatever circumstance where you had to deal with somebody who totally sucked. And I know that this is going to be great. Because
are we going to do high-low? We're going to do high-low?
You want to do a daily high-low? Actually,
we always do daily high-low.
Tia is going to have the best high-low. What's your daily high-low today?
What does that mean?
Your
so
best...
the best moment and then the worst moment today.
Today?
Okay. We can go first if she's...
Yes, do that.
Oh,
so
shit.
I can, understand.
You have to go first.
Okay. Because I thought about it because I thought we were going to... So my high today... Actually, this lunch party. This is my high because I'm really proud of what we're doing and this is just really cool. This is my high. My low was super weird. So I went to a psychic today, and
Did you go to Dream, whatever, over there on Lake?
Well, Spirit Dreams.
God damn it! Like I've gone to every single one of them, and they suck.
So this guy, they told me about this guy.
I don't know him.
It's a guy.
Okay.
So I've been having some really vivid dreams, and I was like, "What is going on with this?" And he told me that the person I'm dreaming about, that his ancestral line is basically haunting me in my dreams. So in order to stop them from doing that, I have to find them and tell them to leave me the fuck alone.
I may have had too much to drink today, but I don't understand anything you just said.
I know. I was just sitting here like, wait a minute, I'm paying this guy for this? Like, what's going on right now? So now I have someone else's ancestors are fucking with me in my dreams, and I have to tell them to stop.
No.
Wow. How much did you pay for this reading?
35.
$80.
You did an hour?
$80.
This did an hour.
Yeah. I did the full hour.
Why?
I did like a 35 minute. There's a girl who she draws, and she drew a palm tree, and she's like, "Are you going on vacation?" I go, "I am." And she's
Was
like,
it
"Where?"
spring
I go,
break?
Vegas. She's like, "I know."
I'm going to draw this palm tree. You want to take it with you?
I believed her.
I always believe him. I believe him all the time.
I know you do.
Oh, it's bad.
I know.
I do.
I love that you had time for an hour.
I'm looking for answers.
Reading.
I need answers, and so do you, right?
Yeah.
I need answers.
Yeah.
Do you get
And
them?
I'll believe him.
What's her name?
I
Madam
haven't
Sunshine?
I haven't gotten any real answers yet, except for this one lady in New Orleans. Her name was Jade. We'll never forget her. She killed it. Right. Everything. Then I called her later. I found her on Facebook. I called her later, to do a phone one. Terrible.
Really?
Interesting.
I think she needs to just see you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it. I think she was guessing and she guessed right once. And you're like, she's the best. All right, so that's your high or your low?
That was my low because I've got people stalking me in my dreams.
And your high is the podcast.
Yep.
Okay, so my high, I guess. So I can't use the lunch party because you used that.
Well, you could.
So I'm going to say that my high was listening to A over here, or Tia, or whatever her name is that we decided to use. Tia singing Def Leppard about 44 seconds ago, which was great. And it made me swoon a little. And then my low is the traffic. My low is the traffic, and then when I had a temper tantrum about the traffic, I was judged about it by someone who's not here right now. So I'm going to just tell you. He's like, what are you, 14? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I am. The minute I got on the goddamn highway, I was like, oh, why did I get on the highway? And he's like, really?
It's the worst.
Are you 14? I'm like, yeah, maybe I am. So anyway.
I don't understand that.
I know.
What 14-year-olds drive? I don't get it.
Oh, that's a good point. I think it was my whininess. It was that guy.
For the record,
we're recording live right now.
I'd like to place on the record that the person who said that is now upset with us, and he's standing in the studio, very upset with us.
He's giving us the kill sign. That's okay. All right. So now that we did, that daily high low is for you. Tia, what was your high and low?
So my high and low. My high was walking to my my waxing appointment today.
Oh God.
because I really hate. I'm not huge into Grand Rapids, and so I've been really pessimistic about like everything about Grand Rapids. But like actually walking through it, I was like, it's not bad. I actually really like this place. It was like a high. Like I was really excited about it. But then my low.
What street were you on? I think I know this place.
Sassafras. I went to Sassafras.
I went to Sassafras.
I love Sassafras, but I don't do the sugar. I can't do the sugar. That's too hard on me.
Waxing is easier than sugaring for
Way
you.
waxing. Way
Brown
better.
girls are so
opposite.
different. Me too.
Yeah.
I have the sugar.
Yeah.
The sugar. I'm like, why do you hate me? Like she hates me.
Maybe you have the wrong sugarist.
Maybe, but I'm not trying.
+1. You get a +1 from the audience. Also brown. She's more brown.
Also
than us.
brown. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, D. And my low would have been getting the wax.
What about after the wax was over? It's all good now.
It's all good. It's a high again.
It was a roller coaster ride in that 45 minutes.
15.
Really?
It takes her so quick. It's so quick.
Because it's wax. They pull that fucking skin right off of you.
Sassafras on Fulton, everybody.
That's our first plug.
I'm
they
not
didn't even
being,
pay for it.
I'm not being paid for this.
All right.
But I will be soon because I'm going to fucking tell them.
All right. So tell us your little, just quick 5-minute most
You gotta
toxic
ask
person
me
you know.
some questions about this because I don't want to
Okay,
I don't know where to start.
I know it's so hard to start.
Just tell me,
most
like,
toxic person you've ever met. Go. Hi.
Hi.
We have an audience, but anyway, most toxic person you know.
I definitely
You're coming up next. You want to get on this mic?
I dated somebody who was toxic to me. I'm always very.
Girl, he was toxic to everybody.
But you know how I am. I'm very hesitant to call somebody like straight up say that he was narcissist or not. I just know how he made me feel, and how he made me feel was not who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. Like he made me feel like I needed to be somebody else. He made me feel like all of a sudden I needed to know where he was all the time, and I wasn't complete unless I knew that he. Like it was just like so not me, and I could see it.
We didn't talk to you in that whole time period.
Yeah,
no one talked to you.
Nobody. I shunned everybody, and I just like kept making excuses. But at the same time, like I still knew in the corner of my mind, like that what I was doing was shit, and like who I was dating was shit, but. Or like whatever. I'm not gonna say that he was shit or that I was doing shit. I'm just saying that like the situation was shit.
No, he was. Like we know he was, right?
You
know he was. This was like forever ago. Now you have like the clarity of time. Correct?
I know, but I can't honestly sit here and say that people like we all can say that people change. Blah blah. I don't know him now. I don't know if he changed. I don't know anything like that. But I just
really. When's the last time he called you?
I don't call him back.
No.
I don't think that was the question.
I don't.
When is the last time you... Wait, hi.
Hi.
This is our other friend. I don't know a name for you right now. I'm going to call you... Kitty. That's awesome, actually.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, my God. Punky's back.
Was that Punky that said that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, according to Kitty... I mean, go ahead.
No, you might be right. I mean, but I'm not gonna. I think the biggest thing that I did, the thing that makes me most proud of myself, is that I walked away from it.
Yes.
And I don't place labels on it. I used to just to try to like understand like what was going on in my life, but at this point, I don't place labels on it because if I do, for me, it makes me nervous. It makes me feel like, oh my God, is that right? Whatever. Like, is that who that person was? And yeah, when we look at all of the things, yeah, he checks all the boxes of being.
Yeah, I know. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, but you don't need to define who he is.
I just
to know
all
that he's
I know
horrible
that
for you.
For me, yeah. And that was my biggest like accomplishment, was to know that, hey, he wasn't just like not right for me. He was terrible for me. He almost ruined my entire life.
Yeah.
Everything I worked for, I don't come from I come from a like not a rich family or anything like that. Everything I've done has been on my own, and he comes from money, or he came from money. And so he just like he's never had to work hard in his life for anything, and he didn't understand that like everything that I was doing for him was actually going way out of my way to do that, because like I was like risking maybe he did, maybe he didn't care,
or maybe he loved it.
maybe.
I know.
Oh, Girl.
Listen, I've been doing the podcast for a whole 11 episodes now.
I know, and like for the first 6, like she's like, "Are you gonna come on?" And I was like, "No." And I went to try to tell her why, and I'd start crying.
I know. That's okay though.
And it's been so far removed, but for some reason, just even mentioning it, and I felt like when I told you finally, you know what, I'm gonna come on, I felt like I could talk about it without crying.
Yeah,
which is unreal.
That's a huge.
How long ago
win
was
for you.
this?
When did I tell you this? Remember when I texted you and I was like, you know what, I think I can do it.
You told me that a couple weeks
well,
ago.
when did the relationship end though?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What, 5, 6 years ago?
6 years ago.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
And he's still
14.
reaching out to you? He's still hoovering?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He will never stop. I'm gonna just say this because I have the friend view. He isn't. We talk about antisocial personality disorders and narcissists and borderlines. He's a full blown psychopath. You know this, right? I see you laughing right now. You know he is a psychopath. And the fact that he still calls you after you've gotten so far gone in your life, you're a million light years ahead of him, and he's still like, I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call her. Why? Well, there's no point. There's literally no point in it other than to just fuck with you.
I wonder if other people feel this way, but for me, what I've noticed in these callbacks, when you're completely over them and you're now seeing clearer and thinking clearly, and then you hear about these callbacks, and sometimes I'll look at the text, I'll read them, see what's going on. Of course, I'm going to do that. And I look at him and I'm like, he says a whole bunch of things that are just complete lies.
Yep.
Lies. I'm a changed person. I do this now and I do that now. And I'm like,
so how do you respond to those now?
I can verify that those are.
But do you get mad or do you just laugh?
I laugh at this point.
I know. At this point, it's just funny, right?
Yeah. And I can only verify them because we went to school with somebody else who lives in that area. And everything that you say, I'm like,
well, why does he think that you still care? Who cares if he's doing
well?
well?
He does. I think that I don't know. What is that?
I don't think that's it. So S and I had this conversation, and I don't actually know your on-air name, so I'll have to just ignore it. Tia. So S and I had this conversation about her crazy. And part of it, though, is that you're reading it. And so her crazy's been doing some crazy stuff lately, I think, to probably most of us in this room, actually. And I think part of it is just they want to know that you read it.
Yep.
And they want to know you're actively blocking them. They want to know that it makes you think about them for half a second, regardless of the outcome, right? So we had this conversation, and I have many children, we'll just say that for anonymity's purpose.
Many.
And negative attention is better than no attention.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's
true.
just the act of opening the text that they want to have had.
I completely agree with you. Now, I'm going to need some advice as to how I cannot open the text.
Block the number?
I can't do it.
You can't.
Why?
Why?
Give me your phone. Tia, friend to friend, I'll block
do
it.
I can't do it. That's I told
so
you
wait,
this.
so you don't want to do it?
I don't want to do it.
You're not ready to do it.
I don't know when I'm going to be ready to do it. It's so weird. I can easily block anybody. I can't block him. I block him on everything except for this one avenue of
One app. It's one app.
I get that. I get it. I get it.
I don't listen. Just because I went through something and I came out a better person doesn't mean that I'm a perfect person. And
Oh no, none of us are.
I'm very happy about where I came.
Wait.
Where,
the fact that you admit that means that you're the opposite of the narcissist,
Right.
right?
Right.
And that's why they target people like you and me and because we are oh, I did something wrong.
We're
what can
reflective.
I do? What can I do to improve myself in this situation? They don't say that. You think they sit around drinking Miller High Life with their asshole buddies thinking, how can I improve myself right now? How can I be a better guy? No.
well, did I tell you about the time that I actually did talk to him on the phone? And he
Recently?
About
When he made all these accusations?
Yes. And I was like, I haven't talked to you in years, and you're accusing me of something I did 3 years ago. I'm sorry, 6
5.
years ago?
It was 5. It was 5, 6 years ago. Yeah.
And I can't believe you did that, blah, blah.
But
They always say that. I can't believe you this, or I can't.
Why? But okay, so hold on. But at the same time, Kitty, so there was a third party involved. Kitty was so incensed by the accusation that she calls this third party, who's the sweetest guy. And she's like, did you tell anybody that we had sex? And he's like,
That's
No,
Tia.
no, not Kitty.
We're
It was
gonna
Tia.
clarify.
Oh,
It's
Tia,
Tia.
not Kitty. Oh,
I did.
shit.
I
Could get
took
in trouble
him.
for that.
I took it.
I'm too drunk. I can't even. Like,
took him-
keep the fake names correct.
He's
right.
like long time married.
I took the third party to coffee.
She took the third party to coffee, and she was like, "Did you ever tell anybody?"
The thing is this, like we're all in the same industry. He literally works across the street from me. So
I know.
when
Oh.
when the toxic person said this, who doesn't live here, I was like, I'm gonna let me just clear the air. So then I emailed the person that I know, and I was like, we need to go to coffee because we need to. And we talked about it, and he was like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. You know, it was fine, but like at the same time, I was like, I cannot even believe I went through all this trouble and went through all this trouble. Like, why did I do that? But
Also, though, like, I wish you would have done it because that guy's really nice.
so nice.
he's so
I know.
nice.
You know him.
I do know.
Oh,
He's so nice.
bless
I'm
his
like,
heart.
I wish you would have ended up with that
Bless
guy.
his
Me? Hell no.
He's cute.
Small guy.
He's really tiny.
Small guy.
But cute.
I like a burly man.
She does.
She does.
All right, I'm sorry, Kitty, that I accused you. I'm just mixed up names. Are you gonna talk? You should talk.
Good.
You could tell about you. Do you know any toxic people? You do.
I love those baited questions from you.
I know.
No, so the most toxic person in my life was my mom, and we've had this conversation 1,000 times. So I was removed from her custody at a young age, which tells you where that went. And, you know, S and I have had a lot of conversations about that because I think a lot of people are in sort of relationships with narcissists and have children. There's a lot of conversations or people who we think may be narcissists, but we don't diagnose them.
It's true.
I think there's a lot of conversations about whether you should stay. And S and I have had this conversation a lot because I think the best thing that can happen is when they're so off the chart that it becomes very easy to walk away. So for me, it's actually quite simple. So my mom was not at my wedding. She has seen my 4 children because I wanted a picture, but it was on my terms. And I think that, I outed the number.
That's okay. It's
Many
still a
children.
lot. Many children.
But I think, honestly, if you can get to the point where you realize it's them and not you, I don't still struggle with it, right? I'm not trying to reconcile. I have moved beyond. I'm fairly good at this point, as you know, of just saying, hey, this is a toxic environment. I'm going to just check out. There are strengths and weaknesses in that approach to my life. But yeah, for me, I think it's been healthy.
What if you get a call that, like, mom's going to die?
Well, that will happen someday.
I know.
She will die.
You're going to say,
I have the photo.
really?
Yeah, I mean,
That's tough. Yeah.
no, I think because, right, there comes the moment where you reconcile what are you really missing, right? What I'm missing is what should have, could have been. I look at my kids and it's a very polarizing thing of like, how could you possibly behave that way to your child, right? Your child is like a whole different universe to you. And so I think if you can reconcile that that's not, what you're grieving is the thing that you wanted. We've talked about this with your ex. What you're grieving is a relationship you had, but that
Right.
person never had it.
No, you're right.
I was a child who my mom was, you know, on a pedestal, like all kids have their moms on a pedestal. That is gone. I know it wasn't there. There's no grief of what was, there's a grief of what should have been. But I can grieve that today. I don't need to grieve that when she dies. That's
Right.
already done. So when she dies, like, yeah, I mean, that'll just be what it is.
She's just gone. I know, and it's too bad
But
for
she
them.
could be gone right now, and I wouldn't even know.
Someone would tell you don't think?
How did I find out about her mom dying?
Oh, yeah. So Kitty, now I'm right. Kitty found out about her mom dying from a letter
My
from
grandma.
a lawyer. Her grandma dying from a letter from a lawyer in another state. At least you got money. I mean, at least you got it in here.
Small wins.
I mean, little victories.
Yeah, so I won't know.
Yeah. But that's okay. Sometimes you just have to walk away.
It's like putting someone on block. You just sort of let it go.
Yeah, you could block them.
The opposite of
Going back to
love
you,
is not
Tia.
hate. It is indifference. You got to get to indifference. I feel like you got to get to
It's different
indifference.
when it's a romantic partner, though. Like it's
and not
just
only that, but like I
different.
actually don't block any of my exes anymore because I'm trying. Anytime I block anybody, even friends that like whatever, like I don't block any of them. I don't, and because
I'm here. Okay, this actually has nothing to do with this story or any
What?
toxic person, but Tia is the one person I know that has several exes with the same first name.
Oh my god.
We call him like
Joe.
Joe 1.0 and Joe 2.0. Like, So none of the Joes are blocked?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't block them anymore because
You know one of the Joes just got married. I saw it on Facebook.
I saw she's beautiful. And they had a beautiful wedding.
Yeah. It was good. So.
But yeah, no, I don't block anybody anymore because I just like to know whether or not somebody's going to be crazy and like
And be in your space.
And be in my space. Like they usually warn me if hey, I'm in town, blah blah. So I know he's in town, so I'm not going to like be at those places that I know he'd probably be at. It's better that way.
Is it?
I don't want to be surprised, and also I just don't want to have that. I hate that heaviness of like. Of knowing like that there are people in your life that you don't want in your life. I don't like the heaviness anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's super personal, right? So if blocking someone makes you feel free or makes you feel heavy, then you're making the decision based on you.
Yes.
That's very
100%.
different. For me, like I can legit, because of my crazy upbringing, I block it and it's over.
Yeah.
Like I honestly couldn't, well, I do know a bunch of people I've blocked, but that's all S's fault.
When I block people, because I have in the past, but when I block people, I really do feel like it's a weight on me. Even girls and stuff like that. Like I'm like really mad at somebody or whatever. Like I've blocked them, and it's so heavy on my chest. I feel like a weight literally on my chest.
I feel the same way. That's
can
why
I just
don't
say
block
this
either.
though?
I feel
Can
the
I
same
just say
way.
this right now though?
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, Tia, you are the most sensitive person I know.
So sensitive.
So sensitive.
And we love
so
you.
weird because I'm also such a bitch.
No, you're not.
See, you think you are.
You're
the girl who's like, I told her I didn't like her shoes, and I'm such a bitch. And I'm like, no.
It's the looks I give. Like even my sister says she's like, you were such a bitch to Maddie. I was like,
Real
well, Maddie's
name.
a fucking bitch. Fuck her.
Oh my God, you are the nicest of all your sisters.
I was like this. Well, this is the problem. So she's taking pictures of my sister. It's my sister's birthday. She's in a whole like gown, like this beautiful gown. And this
I saw
girl, yeah, that white, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
This girl comes in. She's taking pictures of her like this with the camera, like horizontal. And I looked at her. I'm behind her, and I was like, "Excuse me, can I just take the camera from you?" And she's like, "What?" And I go, "That's my sister, and she's literally wearing a full length gown. Like, why would you do that? Like, I'm not okay with that." And so my sister was like, "That was really mean." But to be honest, my sister was gonna make me take the pictures over again anyways.
It was optimization. You need to reframe your thinking.
And so the girl was like, "Oh my God, the sister is so mean." And I was like, "Why don't you go to hell?" Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And so,
Target dart.
All right, well, those were nice stories. Hey, does anyone else want to share?